everybody, it's Mr. D-Dog here, and welcome back to another episode on the GGS server. We are here fulfilling Johnny's order of a ton of flowers. Now, I went AFK for 3 stacks worth of bone meal. I could tell you the time, but that isn't really relevant because, well, if I run out of bone meal, the farm pretty much stops. So yeah, 3 stacks worth of bone meal is what it did. And yeah, I got quite a lot of flowers. Now, he asked for 2 stacks of everything. Now, as I said, I'm not giving him cornflowers because I need those for the dyes. But there's everything else, apart from the alliums. The farm doesn't have that many allium spawn places, so it just doesn't get that many. Now, that's not a problem because I did build it for the cornflowers, and nothing else really matters. It's nice to have, but not a need. It won't affect me if I don't, successfully get tons of other flowers. I won't really use them apart from the odd project here and there. As I said, the main focus is the cornflower for, of course, the blue dye, which I combine with the cactus's green dye to make cyan for my base. Speaking of which, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and build up my first ever building this episode. And by that I mean the first building in my base area. Ooh, that's nice. I think I'm going to start with the sweet berry farm because although it's simple, it is a smaller build and I want to get comfortable with building. I've built all these designs in creative, but I haven't built them in survival, and I used to use Fabric Schematica to find out the exact block count that I would need, but obviously that's not on 1.16. So I just need to eyeball it and guess. So I want to try and get used to getting the right amount of materials for a build and stuff. So I'm going to start with a smaller project because I think that's best. And also it doesn't hurt, and even that small build should look pretty impressive in the area. So yeah, it should hopefully look very good. Ooh, I have a diamond. Yay. Right. Lax, there's another 6, and Mini, there is another 6. I'm not charging Johnny for the diamonds because he said they are, for the flowers because he said they are for the community area, so I'm fine with just donating them. There we go. Right, took that away. I assume the one was shop profit that someone else collected. However, I'm not entirely sure. In my ledger, I'll just jot it down probably as profit. But yeah, I'll meet you for today's project of building up around the Sweet Berry Farm. Hello everybody and welcome back from that time lapse. Oh, that should look good. For me that took 3 hours to record and we went through a total of 9 stacks worth of bone meal. Well, I thought we did. When every now and then I came in and checked on this dispenser. However, that one's run out, that one hasn't, and neither's that one. And neither's that one. It seems to be random which one gets pulsed, but that doesn't really matter. It used up the majority of the bone meal, and as you saw, lots of flowers came in. That's full, and that's half full. Okay, that's half full. That's 2 lines full. 2 and a bit. Almost full. Almost half. Almost full. I don't know why alliums are so slow. And almost full. So yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Plus all that bone meal. So yeah. Now, you might have seen, at least I noticed it on one of the first runs, and that is mobs can spawn up here. Now, they do usually despawn, but that could maybe cause a problem. So I'm gonna go in and add some lighting, just mix in on this lower level here, just to add some sea lanterns, nothing major. Now, the flowers we started by delivering to Johnny, it turns out he didn't want them for the spawn island, so I asked him to pay, and he doesn't want to do that, so he's just returned them to me, which is completely fine with me. I have no problem with that, so yeah. Now, this I just AFK'd for because, well, blue dye for cyan dye for my build. And as I said, we're going to start building the base up today. We are at least going to get the build done for the sweet berry farm. However, I hope we can get a bit more done than just that one, because as I said, it is probably the smallest. But yeah, 1 flower equals 2 cyan dye, 1 cyan dye equals 8 cyan terracotta. So if you want to go ahead, you have to times this by 16 to see what we're getting. The way I'd do that is just cover this row up and say we've got 1 chest there. So that means we've got 16 chests, or 8 double chests worth of cyan terracotta, which I hope will be enough for these beginning buildings. But yeah, I'll AFK here quite regularly, but I don't think I'll show any more of this project, because, well, now after that time lapse you've pretty much seen everything it has to offer, apart from a tunnel in the nether, which has not yet been constructed. I am just flying to and fro each time, which I'm okay with the time being, but there definitely needs to be a tunnel soon, which I will work on, but that will be a project for off camera, as well as the west tunnel, which I've decided to get back to working to, although the terracotta does not work. We are waiting for terracotta wrench. Now this not only affects the west tunnel, but my base. In my base I have plans to use quite a few different coloured terracottas, and well, without the wrench it's possible, but very annoying. So what I'm probably going to do is place in the terracotta, and then when the wrench pack gets updated, I will just rotate them to be in the proper order. So yeah, I'll catch you at base, hopefully to start the build of the sweet berry farm housing. Right guys, I said I'd bring you back in at my base, but what I'm actually doing is bringing you in my creative test world. Now this is the build surrounding the sweet berry farm, as you can see in here, just nicely tucked away. Obviously we changed this, like, just box up a bit, but that's fine. And yeah, I haven't done a floor. That will probably just be a mix of white concrete, cyan glass, and sea lanterns. Now, the problem with the builds like this is they are kind of iffy on the inside. Like, on the outside, this looks great. You've got all sorts of detail. But on the inside, it's kind of not the best to look at. But I think I'm going to stick with it. I know it doesn't look the best from the inside, but that isn't, like, my point. My point is pretty much mainly to be visual from the outside, as you will barely see it. Here's some terracotta that will obviously be messed up until the wrench data pack is fixed. Now, I might go ahead and do this because it is a small strip, but on bigger builds like my storage over here, it definitely will have to wait. There's no way I'm doing all that. My storage, you don't suffer from the details because it's an enclosed room inside of this. So I might try something, but I think this build's just too small to do something like that. And I don't really see us going in there that often for it to matter. So yeah, on the other side we have birch doors, but that's not actually going to be the door this will. Now, if you didn't recognise that, that is the 2x2 hipster door that I used in my Guardian farm as well. Now, not my design, so again, it will be linked in the description. There was just some testing with it. But yeah. Now, you might see there are tons of beacons. Now, some of these are unrelated, like the blue one there, the blue and red ones there, and the red one there. These green ones is me green lighting projects. So anything I want to build has a green light next to it. So let's quickly go over what it is I have planned. This is going to be the collection system for the wood farm. Yep, that's it. I only usually do like 1/4 of the build. I did the entire base here and then just the second half only 1/4. This isn't unfinished. I will probably leave it like that. Maybe that... no, that's not neater. I'll just leave it like that. Yep. And then over here is the cactus farm, which is still green lit because I haven't done the building for. This was posted on my Instagram a while ago if you do follow me there. If not, link is in the description so you can go ahead and do that and you'll get to see things like this long before they're built on the series. They're nice working in the green here. Is this the same? What's that? Lime? And this is lime. Okay, they are the same. It just looked a bit more vibrant there. I guess it's just angle, but yeah. So working on some nice green to fit with the cactus feel, and then it's just the nice futuristic style that everything else is in. This is going to be my mine, which I'm building out in the desert, and then this beacon will be all the way down at Y12, where I will do an insta-mine area, but this will be the top of my mine. That's obviously the sweet berry farm. This is my sugarcane farm building. That is my storage room. And I believe that's it for the greenlit projects. Yep, you can see some of the bits here that have been featured on the series. There's the concrete converter, there's the wood shop, the tedious toadstool, designs from Mob Drop Shop, which I never actually went through with. Here's the Prismarine stuff over here. You've got Prismarine shops. I tried to design my own mini temple, didn't work, but then luckily I found that tutorial. I kind of tried to go with a classic Guardian, but it just didn't look good. And here are the tunnel designs here, with things like the intersection built in. So yeah, I do quite a bit of work off camera in worlds like this, just trying to get things built up properly before I build them on the server. But today's project is this, the Sweet Berry Bush Farm. And you can see why I need cyan, because, well, it's a massive feature in most of my builds. What I also need is quite a bit of quartz, but I used pretty much all my quartz up, in fact all of it, plus some, in the tunnels in the nether, which was a few episodes ago now, and I haven't gathered any more. So I'm actually going to skip and gather what I believe is the necessary resources, and I'll join you back when I'm ready to build this on the GGS server. So we have a problem. I was just doing a bit of extra work after finishing pretty much the main build on that quick time lapse there, such as making the interior good. And one of that is closing off the top because the top is an absolute mess. And in doing so, I accidentally let the foxes out. One of them I've managed to trap inside the building because I just closed it off, but I need to find my leads because they're obviously not tamed or anything, so they run from me. He's going to be in the chicken pen. Luckily, I have a million eggs around here, but come on. Again. Really? It's just annoying. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Come on. Come on. Lead. 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 No, no, I didn't say run. I said lead. There we go. Now, you'll see what the problem is. It's because I'm actually changing their enclosure from being 2 tall to 1 tall. Now, they can survive and everything. It doesn't affect the farm or anything. It doesn't look as good in my opinion, but it does, like, make the room look better because, yeah, it's an absolute mess in here. Where's the other fox? Did he fall down there? No. Where's the other fox? Oh, that one's gone now. Where? There's this one. But I caught the other one in here. Are they back in there somehow? That on the enclosure. Yeah, that's how I've been getting up and down. I think I'm actually going to do the work on the enclosure now that they've escaped, because they are trapped in the building. They can't get anywhere. And this way, I then just have to get them back in once I've finished. What I'm doing is just leveling it down by putting white concrete on this level. But yeah, I had it, as you saw at the beginning, with the concrete in my offhand, and I wasn't able to place it in time to get it, like, in before the foxes could escape, and they just ran for it. Now, I'm going to be closing it off at this level here, so the interior itself will be quite small. I don't worry about things like the glass box being lost inside the farm, because obviously the minecart system will pick them up. It's not running again, and that is because every now and then when we leave the chunks, it glitches out and just stops working. It's annoying, but it's not a big problem, especially when this isn't like a farm I depend on it anymore. It was my food in early days until the Guardian farm started supplying me with fish, so up until pretty recently, really. So now, there we go, last blocks there. We're going to leave that one row of glass in, so you can see that, and we're sticking with the spruce for the bottom, although I may eventually turn that out to quartz. That is not a project I am doing now. What I am doing, though, is turning this down to 1 high. As I said, this is so that you can't actually see the ceiling when inside the building because of all the indents and stuff. Although it looks cool on the outside, on the inside it looks like an absolute mess. So I have to cover it up so that it doesn't look bad. But yeah, please don't run out of white concrete. Alright. The second this is closed off, I can put them in and I can just flatten the rest of the roof easily, because this will span the entire building at that Y level. Now, my question is, how do I get them in? I'm going to do probably staircase like so, lead them up here, put a hole there, then there. I can jump to there and hopefully they'll fall in. If I do this, it might work. I doubt it, but it might. One of them has the lead in their mouth. Okay, they'll drop it for sweet berries. They'll drop it for sweet berries. Dude, there. Dude. Here, berries. Berries. There, lead. Now, if you don't know, foxes run away from the player because they're scared of it. But when they're trapped like this, they can't really run. And then once leashed, they follow you because that's how leads work. Right. The problem is, I can't, like, put one in and then get the other in because they can jump really high. There we go. Both caught like so. Come on. Come on. There we go. Up here. Up here, guys. Oh, look, sweet berries. Yeah? Come on. Come on. There we go. One's in. Come on, dude. The other one isn't coming. You, I want to let off the lead. Yeah, come on. There we go. Perfecto. Let you... Right. No, of course you run. Now I'm going to die to sweet berries. I'm going to... God. Foxes are the worst creature in Minecraft. Honestly, I think I'd rather be working with villagers right now. And villagers are annoying. Right, food back in my offhand so I don't die. Get you, get you. There we go. Right, come on. Just both jump in the hole, please. If I don't let them off the leads, then they should be fine. Now that might seem dumb, but the leads will break eventually, like after I put the ceiling back on. and I don't care about the leads. So, where's this other fox? Come on. Yep, this way. No, dude, you don't want to come out. You want to stay in here. It's a haven full of sweet berries. And then, bam. Now, if I just run this way, the lead should break eventually. I can break this open again because, well, foxes can't get out. There we go. Right, I'm going to continue on with that, including installing the 2 doors and flattening the roof, and I'll join you back when it's finally done. Right, everybody, welcome back. This build is finally done. Now, obviously, I brought you back in earlier with the foxes, but that wasn't it in its complete stage. A few things have been done since then. But let's look in here. This and all this were materials I gathered for that project. I gathered way too much, but that's no problem. They'll just carry on to the next build, which will be one of the 3 laid out here. So I've done a bit of terrain work so that if you didn't know before, it was on like a weird peninsula and it didn't really encompass it. Now it's just like that. Don't know what we'll be doing here yet, but yeah, this works. Then here we have a button that opens this, which is the 2x2 piston door that I did for my Guardian farm. Again, link in the description. Then close it up again there. There's the fox farm up there. Here's the interior work, which I kind of showed off earlier. The collection system, just simple there. And then same door here, just on the opposite. Actually, no, that's the same side. And then closes up very nicely. So there are a few details that you probably didn't pick up on the time lapse because it was head down, so you might not have been able to grasp what it would look like from the side. And that's there basically, and then side profile is there. So yeah, there are a few details which basically aren't vanilla, which I kind of want to show you, such as this. This is a little logo I've been basically putting on most of my builds in my creative test whenever I have that 3x2 area, and that one's off. I need to change that one. So it actually gives me a chance to show you how it's done. So I grab out here, grab my armor stand book, and these are actually armor stands. Now if I unlock this one, I said if I unlock this one, is it unlocked? We'll find out. And then try and move the Y. Right, why is it not unlocking? Unlock. I command you, unlock. Unlock. I now can't place those blocks back. Unlock. Yeah, it's not working. That means that it's immortal. Unlock. Okay, maybe just can I do visible? My arm stand broke. Won't unlock. I can't fix it. Oh, please. I honestly don't know what to do because it's impossible to move it. It's impossible to remove. It's not working. You're meant to be able to unlock it, but I can't. Unlock. Johnny's just hacking, don't worry. Unlock. I can't seal it because you can only do that in creative. If Johnny can unlock it, that's weird. I think it's only meant to be me that can. Can I unlock this one to say? I don't think I can. So if I then say, I don't know, just Y up one. Yeah, this one doesn't unlock. Yes, it did. Ah, that moved. Okay. So then Y down one. Perfect. And then lock. And then if I try and move it again, it shouldn't work. Perfect. Did he? Ah, okay. Yeah. thanks. I don't know what he did, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, it's been fixed. I can't rest with monsters nearby. Of course there are, and if you don't know where they are under the ground. And that's because my floor is pretty much just paved over the top. I'm going to bed now inside this wall, apparently. But yeah, that's a little design I did. It's just 6 stairs, and then... Did Johnny just place blocks on me? Did Johnny just place... Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't even have my axe on me, so I can't do that, but it's not slow to mine anyway. Well, thanks. I got 2 free dark oak logs. I really needed those. But yeah, I can actually show you what it is now. So we need to take out those 2, put in those 2 back, and then armor stand, book, show arms. Yes, grab sea lantern, give sea lantern. Make visible, no. Apply gravity, no. Position it to be a block. And then adjust the X, I believe plus. Yep, there we go, plus 8. I'm going to go plus 8, then probably minus 3. This spider's nudging me, stop! Plus 1. Is that about right? Maybe another plus 1. Plus, that looks better. Then the Y plus 3. That should be right. There we go. And then just the Z minus 3. Yep, that's right. And then utilities, lock. Cool. And then place those stairs in. So yeah, that's how I did that little design. And I also went ahead and rotated around the terracotta on the roof. I was trying to think of the word there. Now the wrench worked in that situation. However, I've tested again on the nether tunnel and it doesn't. I don't know why it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But as you can see there, it's all been rotated properly. Now this building doesn't have any theming to say like what it is inside. But obviously I'll know, and it's the smaller one. This one will be massive part of it glass, so you'll see it's sugarcane. This one has a green theme to show it's cactus, and then this will be my storage room, which kind of looks like a bigger version of that. Well, no, this looks like a smaller version of that. So I made this one based off of that design, which I made off of someone else's design. My tree farm is still broken. I do need to fix that. Nothing's actually wrong with it. I should probably actually turn the system off. That would be smart, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, the problem was I never turned it off, and then I left the area and it blew itself up. But yeah, I'll go around and fix that next time I need wood. It's a very simple fix. And I believe that does it. That's about all I have for this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed, and this marks the start of something new, being the builds in my base. So I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.